going on, guys? It's Say962, and we're back with another Sonic Heroes part. This time, we're tackling Team Chaotix, Casino Park, Bingo Highway, and Robot Carnival. Now, Casino Park is a mixed bag, really, because it tries to do some really interesting game design, as we've seen 2 times over now. And Team Chaotix is by far the most mixed on difficulty. It could be extremely difficult, or it can be really, really easy. It really just depends on your kind of roles and how well you do at the stage. The goal in this part is to get 200 rings. Now, that doesn't sound too difficult, except when you take in the fact that you spend most of the stage on a pinball table. Now, I'm kind of in a mixed spot on Casino Park. On one hand, I really like the pinball table for its innovation and how it does things. And on the other hand, I'm really not that much of a fan because it's kind of a difficult, honestly, pain of a stage because of the controls. Now, yes, next stage is much similar, but at the same time, Bingo Highway puts less emphasis on the pinball tables than it is the bingo aspect. And to be quite honest, I find that a little easier to deal with because most of the stage, the rolling controls work fairly decent. I mean, they're really slippery. But the rolling controls work fairly decently when you're not worrying about a pinball machine and the bumpers and everything involved with pinball. Now, yes, the idea of pinball is really that you don't have control over the ball. I mean, you do, but not necessarily. The ball is going to take whatever path it takes, versus being on any kind of, any kind of legitimate control over the ball. Pinball is a game of skill mainly, and for those that can make it work, they can find a really rewarding experience in pinball. But for those that can't make it work, they can find it really frustrating. Bingo Highway is fairly different in that regard because Bingo Highway, for the most part, doesn't really do much with the pinball stages.
No,
and,
God, please, no, no, no.
Excuse me.
No.
The things it tries to pull off and the things it tries to do. It's fairly simple. It's fairly straightforward. In that aspect. And it works pretty well, I'd say. Bingo Highway is also a little easier on Chaotix because all you have to do is collect 10 bingo chips. Or VIP chips. Which is much easier to do than gathering 200 rings. It's honestly fairly similar to their Seaside Hill in that regard. It's just run through the stage, pick 10 items, 10 of a thing up, and there you go. So as far as that goes, this stage isn't going to take nearly as long as some others because it's a fairly simple stage. Now, as this series, nears its... I mean, we only have about half of Chaotix left after this stage. We only have about half of Chaotix left, and then we have the entirety of Team Dark. And then we have the final episode. The final chapter. Which... honestly, this game probably has one of the strongest endings in a Sonic game yet. Barring maybe the end... well, I guess I don't have enough experience with Sonic games to really say that, but
Oh no!
um, this game probably has one of the strongest endings in a Sonic game I've played. Besides maybe Adventure 2, and depending on how you feel about the Solaris boss fight in Sonic 06. Now, you know, Sonic 06, of course, has been talked into the ground. I don't necessarily like the game. I mean, I like the game, but not for any kind of legitimate, you know. I guess what I'm trying to say is technical prowess on the end of the game.
Again.
Because realistically, Sonic 06, of course, again, everyone knows this, but Sonic 06 is really fun to play.
Nope.
If you really just stop trying to, you know, evaluate what it could have been and what it should have been. And I really kind of enjoy Sonic 06 for what we got, even though it is a complete disaster of a game that really should never be close to this franchise again. But you have to respect the ambition and what Sonic Team tried to do with it. And I think that the Solaris boss fight is a perfect embodiment of what the game was trying to do. And I'd say that the Sonic Heroes boss fight is very similar to that level. And of course, I won't spoil anything, even though this game is technically almost 20 years old at this point. I won't be spoiling anything as far as the final chapter goes. But I will definitely say that despite all the ups and downs this series has had, this game is still a lot of fun. It's very unpolished in a lot of areas, and I know throughout some of the episodes I seem to be getting frustrated with it. It's a very frustrating game to play when you're just trying to play the game with any kind of speed involved, but I really enjoy Sonic Heroes for what it is and what it can be. And, you know, it's pretty much all there is to it. I wish that, honestly, I wish there was more variation in the gameplay styles, because for the most part, it's all pretty similar, pretty samey. Weird audio glitch aside, no, I'd say that, honestly, apologies for all the coughing, and allergies are pretty bad right now. Quite honestly, they're a bit ridiculous. But anyway, back to the topic at hand, which I seem to have forgotten what that is. Regardless, the last episode, I don't know exactly how many parts Chaotix is going to take versus the rest of the stories. I'm hoping to get this wrapped up in maybe 1 or 2 more parts. I do know that we're about halfway through, because as I said, Braille Canyon really functions as the effective halfway point of the game. And it's really nice to know a good halfway point for the story. That way, you know how many episodes you're probably going to take. Should probably script these, but then again, it's kind of hard to script gameplay, so either way, maybe when I get to doing discussion videos and other types of videos, may start scripting things. But I'm yeah, it's very frustrating. This series has been kind of on the up and down for me, uh, especially with all the turmoil that has been happening in my life lately. Um, Making uploads very inconsistent, very difficult. I do know that YouTube isn't going anywhere, and whereas I, you know, don't know if I'm gonna continue pursuing the whole career aspect and money, and I'm kind of enjoying what I'm doing right now. Still kind of enjoying videos. Of course, I'm loving the new editing by Sword. Um, I expect that he'll get more and more creative as the series goes along. Um, so be sure to look out for that. Big thank you to him, of course. Tomorrow is actually, at the time of uh, this going live, it will actually be our birthday, so I don't know if he's going to have a video out or what he's doing. I know that this, I'm going to be working on the next Sonic Heroes part pretty soon after here. Um, Braille Canyon is always a tough one for me because I'm not very good at the grinding, honestly. But it should be all right, I think. I hate their Team Blast. Their Team Blast really is just the worst. Barring maybe because they all do the same thing, but I would say that Team Chaotix's Team Blast is probably the most annoying, honestly. Just because there's the whole, horrible band music playing thing, and you know, Charmy being the most annoying Sonic character to ever exist. Uh, Barring maybe Big, but Big is annoying for a whole different other reason. Big is annoying because he's stupid. Charmy's annoying because he's annoying. Um, Honestly, kind of wish that there was more done with the side characters in Sonic games now. It's kind of upsetting to see them just sidelined and become basically sidekicks, cheerleaders, if you will. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. So, if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and peace out. See you in the next one.